Hi, I'm Jay Wald. Today we're going to have some fun post-processing using Adobe Photoshop Elements. I expect this will be most informative for our newer members and for those who like reminders on a few things that we've demonstrated in the past. But I'm also going to show you a new tool in Photoshop Elements 2022 that you've probably never seen before. We'll handle 4 situations. We'll be reducing the background of a photo on its outer edge, reducing the background of a photo in the middle of the photo. We'll be adding to the background on the outer edge of the photo, and we'll be adding to the background in the middle of a photo. We'll start with Photoshop Elements 2018. This is a photo of my grandkids. The first situation we talked about was reducing the background on the outer edge of a photo. That's pretty easy to do. It's called cropping. What you may not realize is that within Photoshop Elements, there's 3 places where you can access the cropping tool. You can go to the guided edits, and right here in the middle under basics is the crop tool. Second place to find the crop tool is by selecting image, and third item down in the drop-down list is the crop tool. The third place is right here on the far left-hand side under the various icons. The first one here under modify is the crop tool. All 3 will bring you to exactly the same place. We click on the crop tool. We decide what shape we want. Let's say in this case, we want no restrictions, and we just want to take a little bit off of the top, the bottom, and the sides. We grab the handles on the crop tool, and when we check the check mark, we've now removed background on the outer edge of the photo. The second situation we want to attack is how do we remove background that is in the middle of the photo. What if we want to remove some of this background and move the people and the shoreline up closer to the sun? The way we do that is by using the Recompose tool. Just like the crop tool, the Recompose tool can be found in 3 different places. One is under the guided tools, under special edits. The Recompose tool is in the lower left corner. The second place we can find it is under image. Recompose, 4th item down in the pull down list. And the third place we can find it is again in the icon list on the left-hand side. Next to the crop tool is the Recompose tool. So we select the Recompose tool. It gives you 8 handles around the size of the photo. If we want to reduce the height of the photo, our first inclination would be to grab the handle at the very bottom and pull it upwards, and that shrinks the photo. However, you see what it does to the sun. It also crushes the sun. So that isn't the way we want to do it. So let's undo that. What we want to do is we want to protect the area around the sun so that it doesn't crush the shape of the sun. And we also want to protect the area around the people because we don't want the people to be crushed while we're pulling up from the bottom of the photo either. And the way we do that, in the lower left-hand corner, you can see under the word Recompose, you have a plus mark where you can specifically protect areas of the photo. So if we make sure that that is selected, and we come up to the photo and we increase the size of the brush, and we start painting, holding down the mouse, painting that area, and we say, all right, that area is protected. come down to the bottom, and we say, all right, I want to protect that area as well. Now that those two areas are protected, when we grab the handle at the very bottom of the picture and we start pulling upward, it protects the sun, it protects the people, and it just worries about the color gradient in between, making sure that that looks accurate. We press the accept, commit the current operation, and we've now eliminated some of the background that was in the center of the photo. Now, the way we can finish off this photo is by going to the crop tool on the left-hand side and move the crop tool up to just the area that we want. Say accept, commit the current operation, and our photo is finished. It's now a different shape, eliminating the center section of the background. Not only has it eliminated the center section, it has maintained the color gradient to give you a realistic photo. The artificial intelligence in Recompose is actually pretty impressive. It seems to recognize human beings. And so sometimes you don't even have to protect the shapes, the human shapes on the screen. I'll give you an example. In this photo, if I just grab the right handle and I pull it to the left, I can squeeze all of these people closer together without any of them looking thinner than they were before. Observe. The artificial intelligence automatically protected the shape of these people. And so I can just accept that and then use the crop tool in order to preserve that new photo. Crop tool, top, accept, and there's the new photo with the three children closer together. The third situation we want to address is how to add to the background of a photo on the outer edges of that photo. And the way we do that is by using the crop tool in reverse. We've shown you this once before, and I will demonstrate it again. First thing we do is we select the crop tool, and we make sure that the handles are at the edges of the photo. And then using this edge, if I want to increase the width of the photo, I can pull the crop tool beyond the edge of the photo. And I go to the other side, the right-hand side, and I pull the edge of the crop tool to the right. And when I select commit the current operation, I now have a photo that has two white stripes on the left and right-hand side. And I can fill these using the spot healing brush. I select the size of the spot healing brush that is just slightly wider than the width of those white stripes. And I click on the top and I come to the bottom. I hold down the shift key and I click again, and it fills in that area. I come over to the top right-hand section and I click on that, and I come to the bottom and I click on that, and it fills in the bottom. Pretty simple, pretty quick. Now I'll show you how to do the same process of extending the background on the outer edges of a photo using a new tool that's in Photoshop Elements 2022. It's in the guided section called Extend Backgrounds. Pretty self-explanatory. Here we'll start out with the same photo that we had before. We'll go to the guided section. Under Special Edits is Extend Background. If we select Extend Background, We now have a tour where they hold your hand through the whole process. You start by setting the canvas size. In this particular case, from the pull down list, we'll select custom because we want to shape it ourselves. We hit custom. We can either select the number of pixels that we want the new shape to be, or we can just say resize the canvas. If we select resize the canvas, we wind up with this screen where we can grab the handles of the photo just like before and just pull the handles out, accept that, and we now have pretty much the same working area that we had in Photoshop Elements 2018. When we are done there, if we come over to the right-hand side and select autofill, we're done. Saves us a step or two, pretty easy, and does a very good job of extending the background. The last situation that I want to demonstrate is adding to the background of a photo in the middle of a photo. What if we want more space in the middle here? We want to move the people further down so that it is a longer, narrower photo than this original photo. The first way we could try to do that is by using the Recompose tool. We use the Recompose tool to shrink the background. Perhaps we could use the Recompose tool to stretch the background. Well, the answer is yes and no. If we select the Recompose tool and we get the handles around the edge of the photo, and then, for instance, we grab the bottom of the photo and we start pulling it down, it doesn't actually change the dimensions of the original photo. It just stretches the photo, which is not what we were looking for. We wanted the photo to actually be longer than it was before. Not only that, we didn't protect the sun, and you can see that the sun is stretching. But if we protected the sun wouldn't stretch, but it still wouldn't give us what we were looking for, which was a longer, narrower photo. The new tool that I just demonstrated to you a moment ago for adding to the outer edge of a photo does allow us to do what we couldn't do before, which was add to the middle of a photo and actually stretch the photo. So we will go to Guided, Extend Background. We will set the canvas size to Custom. Then we select Resize the Canvas. And we will extend the canvas. We will make the photo longer than it was before. Okay, now we have the shape that we want. Just like in Recompose, if we're going to be stretching the photo, we want to make sure that we protect the shape of the sun and that we protect the people on the beach. So we are going to scroll down here, select Extend and Protect. We are going to protect this area. We are going to protect this area. And then we hit Done. It pulls the photo down to fill the entire shape that we had created. It protects the sun. It protects where the people are on the beach. And it has stretched and filled in the area in the middle, convincingly filling in the color gradient. And we have successfully reshaped the photo by adding background to the middle of the photo. Could not do this before. If you have any questions, please let me know.